Guys, Gene, big tray here, G Squared Tactical. So we did the review on the Springfield Prodigy 2011, I guess, DS. Doesn't say 2011 on there anywhere, but it looks also similar to this Staccato here. And I mean, even the trigger looks the same. I mean, the trigger guard, should I say.
Yeah. Looks
identical. A little bit difference in the trigger. I mean, I kind of like this trigger with the drilled out holes in it versus this. I think this one is a steel trigger or metal of some sort. I'm not sure about this. Is that a polymer trigger?
It's quality, I know that.
It's quality, okay. Well, what we're gonna do is Trey's gonna start out. He's gonna shoot his Staccato here. And we're not just gonna do a who shot the best. Now, I did turn the optic off, the hex optic. I turned it off because the sights do co-witness. So to be fair, since Trey doesn't have an optic on his, we are gonna shoot it with just the standard irons. I'm gonna shoot the Staccato, he's gonna shoot the Staccato, we're both gonna shoot this. And we're not just gonna talk about who was more accurate with which gun, because as we all know, one person could be more so than one day than the next, come back with the same gun, shoot like a brilliant, you know, like a competition shooter or something. But we're just overall gonna talk about the feel, the handle, the recoil.
I mean, you could be accurate with a PX4 if you really tried at it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
And that's saying something, because
we're gonna let Trey start with the Staccato. I think what we're gonna try to do is maybe he's gonna put a mag through it and you know, see how he shoots with it accuracy wise. Then I'm gonna do the same thing, you know, talk about, I haven't shot the Staccato as much as he has, so I'll probably talk more about the feel and recoil. And
that's what we'll do then. So I'll shoot the Staccato on the left target, you shoot the Staccato on the right target, and then we'll switch it up. I'll shoot the Prodigy on the right target, and you shoot the Prodigy on the left target, and we'll see kind of how we feel
as far as accuracy and stuff. But you know, again, we're going to talk about, you know, another cool thing, don't know if you guys knew this or not, we're going to see if it cycles, but the magazines are swappable between the Prodigy and the Staccato, so that's pretty dang cool.
Let's see. I've been looking forward to this moment my whole life.
Little fragments of brass just like shattering me from that. I'm telling you, that's the dirtiest ammo I have ever used.
It's even in the, I mean, obviously it's in the Staccato, but it's even in like the back area where that firing pin comes out. I mean, this is some dirty dang ammo.
I could feel the pieces of it like just coming back on me. Like, it's the craziest thing ever.
It's phenomenal.
We're using the BPS here. I guess that's the brand. Yeah. If you've watched the Prodigy video already, then you know that I'm a hand tray the camera here.
You want to shoot one of these other mags, or you want to shoot the Big Daddy?
Well, if you watch the Prodigy video, you've seen how dirty it was getting with this ammo, so you know what we're talking about. Which one was you shooting? The one of the 17ers?
One of the 20s.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, I love shooting it so much, I had to get the 20.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens here. It's no big deal. So I'm shooting at the smaller one.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's just talk about, so
he just wanted to do that.
One of the things that I talked about on the Prodigy was how silky smooth. And you have to understand, we just got done doing the review on this one. You still see all the brass all built up on it and everything. But even with that, just talked about how silky smooth that slide was. Now, I will give it to the Staccato in that sense. Yes, it is a very smooth slide, but it does feel like right there at the first it catches a little bit. To me, it does not seem as silky smooth as this one. Now Trey may feel differently about it. This is Trey's gun, so you know, of course, he's going to be biased. This is the.
I don't think that there's much difference in my opinion.
Well, you know what? It does say 2011 on the bottom of the mag. That's the only place I've seen it. We're going to see if it'll go in here.
One way to find out. Hey, hey, hey.
That seems smoother.
See if she runs.
Maybe the mag helped.
Maybe.
Got better mags too. I can almost guarantee you, it did lock back on that mag, by the way.
That's awesome.
I
So
can
they are
almost
interchangeable.
guarantee you that this Springfield mag would be cheaper than the Staccato mag. So, for you guys that didn't know that, well, guess what? Now you know. You can get you a Springfield mag for your Staccato. Instead of paying 80 bucks, you probably pay more like 30 or 40.
We just saved them some money.
Hey, you know. I'll say the exact same thing that I said when I was doing the review on the Prodigy. This shot great, feels great, very manageable recoil. Like Trey said, like, you know, like a finely tuned instrument, you know, it just, no qualms whatsoever. Now, I didn't shoot as good as Trey did with it over here on the taller target. And I have not shot this one with just the irons, the Prodigy with just the iron sights yet, so I don't know. And I'm a little bit off today because I woke up this morning, the only way I was able to move my neck was to hold my arm back here like this. So I'm a little bit jacked up today, you know. But it doesn't feel like, and maybe it shouldn't, but it doesn't feel like a 1911. It doesn't feel as though I'm shooting a 1911, whereas with the Prodigy, I thought I was shooting a 1911. The slide had that 1911 bounce to it, as I was mentioning. I'm thinking that the slide is the same platform as the TRP. It just shoots too much like the TRP. This feels like shooting, I will say this. I don't know if it's because of that texturing on that grip of the Prodigy, or maybe it's the flared magwell on this one. I guess I'll have to get a flared magwell for that one when it's available, and we'll just have to see. But this one does feel better in my hand, just overall. Just the contour, the way I'm able to hold it, it just feels way better in the hand. Well, I wouldn't say way better, it just does feel better. And it could be because my hand's resting there on the flared mag, we'll have to see, or the flared magwell there. We'll just have to get one for that one and see. But I like the way this one feels better in my hand. If I'm being honest, I like the way that one felt better shooting it. As far as accuracy, I would say I'm shooting about the same with this. Well, I can't say that because I hadn't shot this one with the irons. So let's shut up, paint the targets, and shoot it with just the irons on the Prodigy and see how things go. So anyway, as I mentioned, don't know if you caught that, slide super smooth. I definitely 100% believe it's smoother than that of the Staccato. I will say that I do have the Staccato mag in here. It did fit in there fine, it racked in fine. I'm gonna see if it cycles, see if it locks back, just to confirm 100% that they'll be interchangeable. I did turn the reflex off. I'll let Trey look in there just to be sure that's accurate. And I'm just gonna use these co-witnessing irons just to be fair for the accuracy thing for the two guns. So I'm on the taller one, right?
Yeah, you got the taller.
That's a heck of a group. I did pull several to the left, but when I was hitting that center, it was hitting the center. Now, I don't have as much. I don't even know if you'd call that 1/3. So I don't know if it's a true fair comparison, because it's a little harder to see or try to get it between that U dot, or U naught, should I say. But the grouping is impeccable. Just to put it into perspective, the PX4 that we were shooting earlier, both of us just trying to hit the same spot, not changing it, just all over the target. So the grouping is impeccable. I would say I probably shot somewhere around the same. I was pulling it a little bit left, and I did pull some low, but like I said, as Trey can attest to, today was probably not a good day, because I am completely off of my game. You know, got me out here like a robot talking about, you know, because I can't turn my neck, and it really hurts when I pull my arms up here like this. And so, you know, maybe the Lord didn't want me to come shooting today. Maybe he was trying to tell me something, but so far, nothing's happened. And
I will say this, I don't think it's a true fair comparison between the two, just simply because even though you turn the optic off, it still has an optic on there, so you're always going to have that potential glare from the glass. You're going to have some issues that might come up. It's not going to be the exact same, and unfortunately, when you do a comparison like that, it probably needs to be. But if it
we talked about other things too, not just accuracy.
Well, let's see here. Let me just get a quick gauge, because you talk about smoothness. Let me just, okay. I think it takes less effort to pull this.
You can hear it. You can hear the difference. I mean,
yeah, I think it takes
literally
less
sounds
effort.
like butter.
It does, but I think, here's what I think about the matter. I think that whenever I first got my Staccato, I had never felt anything so smooth. Like it was like a bundt cake from Nothing Bundt Cakes, you know? Until you first eat one, you don't know what you were missing. And I didn't know what I was missing in a smooth gun such as that. I mean, yeah, we had some great CZs with really light recoil springs. We had a lot of different really nice guns, but we never had a 2011. We never had that kind of slide. And man, I thought that thing was the smoothest thing on planet Earth. And I think this thing is smooth too, but I don't know if I could tell. I don't know if I can tell you one way or another. I think if I did, it'd be because one belongs to me and one doesn't.
Right.
So because of that, I will say this, that I think it takes less effort to pull this one back. And I think that speaks nothing but to the recoil spring and how light and or how tense it might be. So,
and we've probably put today, well, now we're probably over 200 or close to it, or just over on this one. We've only put 2 mags through the Staccato, so it ain't got all that brass all over it.
Right, that's a good point.
But,
and it's still smooth.
You're gonna go for the smaller one, the shorter one, just the irons.
Let's see what happens here. We're gonna try to be romantic.
Okay.
Y'all sit down and get your popcorn. I'll say this. I think that I shot equally well with both. It doesn't show on the target right now. You would probably think that I might have shot a little bit better with the Staccato, but I think...
Well, you're shooting a tad bit high, but you gotta understand too that this target over here is about 5 foot high. This one's 3 foot high, so I'm sure that has something to do with it.
True.
And but the grouping is all in the same tight group. I mean, that was 18 rounds and only 1 or 2 went astray. And again, you can't see all of the sights if you turn that reflex on like you did earlier. Well, we all seen what happened with that.
I'll tell you this too, something I just noticed, that if I was a right-handed individual with shorter fingers, I cannot reach that.
No, you got to adjust your grip.
I cannot reach that. I have to use my index finger on that side.
I don't know the thoughts behind that and why they did that, but
I think.
But I feel like that somebody's going to come out with an extended one. Either them, they're going to change it in the next gen or something, because I do feel like some people's going to whine about that.
I think there will be more generations of this gun.
And for good reason, they probably should. I mean, that was literally my only beef. I mean, after shooting it, like I said, I had a little bit of beef with the grip, the texture. But after shooting it, you know, I'm probably going to leave it alone. But that slide lock is ridiculous.
I paid attention to that recoil that you were talking about more so this time than I did in the video when we were actually reviewing this gun. And I noticed what you're talking about. It's like it comes back and then it has a little kickback that comes forward with it. It's not like it slaps.
It's like a little bounce.
It's like a little bounce. It's a little healthy bounce. It's got a little, you know, a little pumping.
It feels just like the TRP. It makes me wish I had the TRP out here.
Right. Yeah. I agree. It does remind you a lot of the TRP. I think that the Staccato, when it comes to recoil, is consistently all there. This one has that kind of, it's not a bad bump, but it's a bump that reminds you that you're shooting a wonderful gun. It's like a bump like, hey, don't forget, I'm quality type deal. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you guys need to shoot it in order to find out what I am saying.
It really is. It's hard to explain it.
But it's almost like trying to explain the word pure.
I think the most awesome thing that we found out today was that these mags are interchangeable.
I think that's pretty sweet.
Huh?
I think that's pretty sweet.
That slide lock is stupid, man.
Yeah.
That is, like, you know, I mean, you got to knock where you got to knock something where it's due, you know. And
you ought to akimbo. Do you have 2 mags lined up? That's what
do you want me to do?
So Staccato in one hand, that in the other, and just shoot.
Well,
see, that way you can really get a feel for the recoil.
I don't know if you was paying attention, but you know, that's probably not going to go well.
Maybe it'll loosen you up. That's a good point. Yeah, I hear you.
You know, maybe the Lord was telling me not to come out here today. I'm already not wearing glasses, so
that's true.
You know, maybe I probably shouldn't do that.
You're really throwing it all out there.
We'll do it off camera.
There you go.
I turned the reflex back on just because.
There you go.
Why not? It's so much more fun shooting with the reflex. I mean, the thing is that
you can't even pick up your trigger finger because it doesn't even look like it's moving.
I mean, dude, look at that. That is insane. I mean, the thing is that we had somebody comment the other day, yesterday maybe, about why would you put a reflex on the APX? I believe that's what he was talking about. It's a small gun. It's meant for concealment. Why would you do that? Now, I can attest to the fact that the APX would definitely be concealable with a reflex on it. No question. I believe that 100%. Because the CZ P10S that I have, I put a vortex on it of all things, and it concealed great. I had a universal holster outside the waist in the winter. I still carry it now. So there are some guns that are concealable with a reflex on it. But for the most part, you know, like my pocket pistol, I mean, I'm not concealing a pocket pistol with a reflex. I just don't. You got to have some awful big pockets, you know. You got to be a big man, some Paul Bunyan dude, you know.
Big money.
You know what I mean? You know, you got overalls maybe, you got a big pocket in the front, but I get some of that. I do. I get it. So not all of your carry guns, your EDCs, you're going to be able to have, you know, and of course you'll have the tactical Tims out there with the leg gear.
Yeah.
You know, the leg rig, you know?
Yeah.
Walking around with it bouncing.
The big hosses.
Right. So, you know, if you're that guy, that's you, you know? Trey's going to get stung in the face by a rabid
This
yellow
is absolutely
jacket.
crazy.
So,
Stand still.
But nightstand, truck gun, like Trey was saying, are you going to come out and you're going to do, you see how much faster I was shooting than I was when I was just using the irons? If you get focused on that sight, on that red dot, you can almost pull that trigger as much as you want, right? As fast as you want. So maybe, yes, in a situation where he's swatting at the bee, he's gonna get me stung.
I mean, I don't know what this dude wants.
So maybe in a situation, in a place where you got an active shooter or something, yes, I 100% believe that it would be more beneficial to have a red dot on your gun. Absolutely. How much faster I shot with that. Okay, so then you have the ones that say, well, what if your battery fails? What if the red dot fails? What if it breaks, cracks, all of this? Just another reason why I'm insisting on having co-witnessing sights on any gun that I'm using for defense that has a reflex on it. But have you ever had a battery die on a reflex?
I haven't, no.
I mean, I've been putting reflexes on my guns, and some of them don't turn off. The Trigicons, you know, what are they, 16 hours, 8 hours, something like that, they shut off. Never had one die. So, I mean, I know that's a thing. I know it's electronics, but I've never had one to fail. So, it's just so much more fun, so much more accurate. It takes you out of the equation. I was not shooting that great today because of my next situation, but good grief. Like, I mean, if you can see a red dot, you're golden. You know, and if you got a great trigger, you're good. As far as just between the two guns, like Trey was saying, they look very, very similar. The same types of contours and things like that. I like the slide lock better on this one. I don't know what they were thinking with this situation here. That is insane, the way that is just in there like that.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is it looks similar on this one, but this one sticks off the slide. It's not flush with the frame. It sticks off the frame, I think, is the difference. And you can reach it with your thumb. Whereas on this one, it's literally flush with the frame. You see that? It's even inset in it a little bit, and you cannot reach it with your thumb. Like so, go through the trouble of that. So I can't reach it without adjusting my grip. Now, after you adjust your grip and hit it, there's a lot of guns like that, don't get me wrong. But after adjusting your grip and hitting it, but as I said in the tabletop, 2 people in the gun store, first thing they did was went to lock the slide back and almost dropped it on the ground. So I'm sure that Springfield had a reason for doing that. I don't know what that reason is, but I can almost assure you that enough people are going to complain about it that they're going to come out with something else. They're going to come out with a spacer, something to get that off of that frame a little bit, because if it's a snag issue, I don't think too many people's concealed carrying this gun, you know. So that's my only real beef with the gun. Flawless performance today. Same thing, flawless with the Staccato. And the Staccato, this is my assessment. Staccato feels better in my hand, just holding it. Could be with this right here, the mag well. We'll see one day. I shoot better with this one, but I'm, you know, I like TRP, I like Springfield. I shot better with this one. It feels more 1911 like to me. Don't know if that's good or bad. This one had a smoother slide. I believe that I probably overall enjoyed shooting this one better, but again, like Trey said, probably have a little bit of bias because it belongs to me. Same as him with the Staccato. But you know what? They're both great guns. If you can afford to buy the Staccato and that's what you want, get what you want. I mean, it's America. Get what you want.
Get them both.
I definitely 100% believe that this is a viable option to the Staccato in a price point that is more in line with most people's budget. And at the end of the day, kudos to Springfield for that. I think that they got a winner. I really do. I think it's going to be a big seller for all of those that stood at the case and drooled over the Staccato but just didn't want to pay $2,500 or whatever. And now they can get this, put a hex optic on it for $250. They got themselves a $1,500 gun. You know, what do you think between the two? What is?
I think they're so similar, and the difference in price point. I mean, yeah, I like my Staccato. I'd still buy it if I had the money for it. If I only had the money for the Springfield, I'd buy the Springfield. I mean, they're both phenomenal guns. I don't know why you would, you know, bash one over the other, because they both perform really well. Some of them, I mean, they certainly have their quirks, their different features. Like you get a different pick rail, but you also get your extended slide lock on the Staccato. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about what you want. If you're going to be paying this much money for guns, then you might as well just go ahead and splurge and get the Staccato, in my opinion. But if you save up money and you're really, you know, you're trying to be a good steward of it and you don't want to feel guilty about spending $2,500, go with the Springfield. But altogether, I think they're both wonderful guns. We hope you guys really enjoyed the video today.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Don't wrap it up. Hold on, let me see.
What you got? What you got?
So I didn't realize we had another mag loaded up here.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
That's a Staccato mag. So put it in the
in the Hellcat.
Trey enjoyed shooting it so much with the reflex. Just figured we'd give him one more run at it, because he ain't never gonna get to shoot it again. This is the last time he's ever gonna shoot.
I'll be shooting this baby again.
Unless he buys his own. You know,
you bet believe it. What the heck?
Wonder why that's only happened to you.
It's probably the ammo, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, that is some dirt cheap, stupid ammo.
I mean, it's been hit.
Yeah.
Here, put them in the mag and see if they'll shoot. See if they'll float.
Let me try these babies out again.
That was one more. There was 3 of them, but I can't find the other one. He's gonna get called out by the trollers.
Okay.
Don't drop it on the. You're gonna mess up your ejector.
Ejector's toast, ladies and gents. Ejector is toast.
He one-hand limp wristed that one.
Well, I was thinking about what I was going to say in response. Man, that's
I mean, look. I mean, seriously. I mean, the reflex makes all the difference. It really,
does. And this is a wonderful reflex, I think. I like that dot. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's easy to pick up. That's
good. He pulled a couple, but, you know, and like I said, I don't know, folks. I really don't. All I know is how much brass is gummed up inside of this gun. I did not clean it before shooting it. It did have a lot of
final look.
It did have a lot of oil in it, factory oil. I mean, just look at that. It's like it's got a new layer or something.
Yeah, you think this is a golden gun?
It's like we Cerakoted it with brass.
Yeah.
That is sick, dude.
It's a spotted Cerakote.
I mean, it is, you know, dirty ammunition. But, you know, I don't know how, we didn't shoot the Staccato as much as we did this one, but we didn't have no, you know, issues with the Staccato. But again, the firing pin on this one probably has 3 inches of brass on it.
Probably.
It's hard to say. I don't know. We definitely won't be buying this ammunition anymore. Unless it's the only thing available, then we got to do what we got to do.
True.
But we hope you guys really enjoyed the video. You know, Sorry we didn't run you out with a rapid fire like we normally do, but hit that thumbs up. You know how much all y'all like Trey. Like to see him finish out. But let's take a still shot because he always says he looks stupid when he. Look at that.
I got a smile, you know.
That's the man right there.
That's right. That's right.
Hit the
Like,
thumbs up. We
subscribe,
really appreciate
comment.
you guys watching. We hope you enjoyed it.
Do it.
Hello. Hello.